Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about 1970s health habits we need to bring back. Let's get started and talk about it. Lately I've been feeling kind of nostalgic. There's a lot of overlap in some of these, and I want to know if you can relate to these. By the way, if we want to, we could bring many of these back if you feel like it would be a good idea. So the first one is more sleep. People nowadays, due to stressors, electronic devices, work-life balance stress, we are getting less sleep nowadays, I feel, and from doing my own research, than we did in the 1970s. And in the 1970s, from what I remember growing up, 60s, 70s, even 80s, we got up at the same time every day and we went to bed around the same time every day. So there was consistency. Number two, dinner with family, and so which built community and communication. We'd eat around the same time every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number three, morning and evening or bedtime routine. For example, we would go to bed. My parents went to bed, I think, after Johnny Carson, if I remember correctly, but they had a special bedtime routine. After dinner dishes were all done, my mother didn't work continually. That evening after that, we ate about 5:30. We'd all do the dishes, maybe homework, bath, but after that was time for rest and family time. So we had a bedtime routine. We had a morning chore routine. So we had routine. And I do think I think routine in many ways is good for our health. We know what to do every day. You have a schedule, something to look forward to. But we made time for everything. We put work first. We worked hard. We played hard, to sum it up. Okay, number four, just being outdoors more. We would sometimes sit outside. We had a little tent outside that we would sit in that was in our backyard, or we'd just simply sit out on the front porch and just sit and relax. So we're spending more time outdoors. Number five, eating balanced meals, everything from every food group, and eating less processed food, obviously, but also smaller portions. And we did have a garden, so we did eat more fruits and vegetables. So we ate a lot of homegrown food back then. Number six kind of goes with outdoor time. We had a lot more exercise because we were doing more manual things like the gardening. One of my favorite activities was pulling weeds. Yay! Do any of you remember that? But it wasn't that hot in Minnesota, but we used to shovel snow, pull weeds. We'd play croquet outside. We'd play with the slip and slide. We were outside doing all sorts of things. I bike rode everywhere, and I went roller skating. I would roller skate outside too, and I went bike riding all the time. So we were always doing outdoor activities. Number seven, because most jobs back then had benefits, you got regular doctor and dentist appointments. I know many people, especially with dentists and even eye doctor, you don't get regular appointments to keep up with your health. And I think that's huge. Number eight, a lot of home remedies. We did a lot of things at home to prevent from getting ill. Like one of my mother's favorite remedies was, here, drink some delicious prune juice. We do all different kind of home remedies rather than always running to the doctor to prevent getting ill. And also when you were ill, you would do things like the homemade chicken noodle soup, all different kinds of things like that would help heal you quicker. Okay, number eight, we had community. If you were upset or stressed out, you had people you could go to and talk, and neighbors and friends would chip in, and we'd all help each other so you didn't feel all alone. I think that's huge. Everybody would help each other and everybody would do their part. Okay, number 10, and I already kind of touched on this, we had routines. It was less chaos. We weren't up late at night worrying about things. We had a routine in place and just basically a more relaxed atmosphere. We made time for rest, less TV time, less screen time, as you would say. And number 11, work-life balance. We do work a little bit more, many hours than we did in the 1970s, but the big thing is when we were done with work, it was family time. We had the kind of almost like time blocking. You didn't bring work home with you, okay? You didn't get emails at 9 p.m. and you weren't ruminating and thinking about your job when you got home. You left work at work and you came home, and then it was family time. So I would love to bring many of these things back. I'd like to hear from you in the comments below. What are some health routines? It could be mental health, physical health, that you had growing up that you'd love to see make a comeback. Now, I know many of these things can make a comeback, but due to technology, it can make it a little more challenging. But I always love to hear your tips and tricks. Love you, appreciate you, and I hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye, everybody.